Existence is measured in age. How many years has a mortal lived? What was the construction date of the Parthenon? When were the cosmos formed? Time begins at birth, at creation, but inevitably time for all things comes to an end. Except, of course, time itself. Bearer of the clock of eternity, rimmed by signs of the zodiac, the god of time, Kronos, counts every tick of the second hand, preventing interference with that essential forward momentum. If he knows who or when the eternal clock was wound, Kronos does not tell. But upon the first stroke, he came to be. Emptiness was the ocean then, and his only companion was Ananke, queen of fate. Together, their powers divided the vastness into heaven and earth and sea and sky. Thereafter, Kronos became an observer, the watchman of infinity. Patient to a fault, Kronos knows no urgency. He does not fear pain or war or death, for he is time itself and will outlast all. For this reason, his presence on the field of battle is alarming. The war between gods must portend a conclusion so dire as to threaten the very existence of time. Perhaps all the gods should begin counting the seconds of the eternal clock. There may be few of them remaining.
Now to continue the story, for there is an answer to the great mystery as to where Zeus went. Some say he wandered off into hiding to have a quiet life. Some say that he went into a self-sent exile as he saw himself as the source of conflict. Some say he gave up on humanity. Either way, the story picks back up with the defeat of Typhon and Zeus casting him below the earth, into the volcano in Mount Etna. After his defeat, the gods returned to Egypt for their children who had been assigned images of animal heads to associate which child came from which god, as they had been brought to them by the parents while they were in the form of an animal. Now the source of the gods' city of Olympus is becoming clearer now. In Africa there is a legend of a warrior who did battle with a dragon-like serpent, and with the aid of the sky gods they chased down this sky bird called Zu and pierced it with 9 spears that held them. Skybird bound to the earth, but not before the Skybird had destroyed the passage to the Sky City. The warrior was the lone survivor from the onslaught upon the city, and the Punjabi people nursed him back to health. Then he wandered off in search of his enemy. The warrior's name was Pazuzu. For some reason though, the name Pazuzu is associated with the demon that he fought, which is named Zu. Maybe it was a conjunction name the warrior was given for when he was under the influence of possession of this Skybird Zu. Really? I could just will myself to know these details, but it is much more interesting to walk the path of knowledge rather than just take it. It sucks when you find yourself being lied to, but there are important life lessons to be learned along this path that I am trying to emulate for my viewers' benefit. Lessons of patience, forgiveness, and much more. People say religion is an immoral basis of belief today, but that is because the people pointing the fingers are looking to start problems, so problems are all they will see. So I see a progression of this hero from Pazuzu to Gilgamesh to Marduk, to Zeus, to Odin, and then to Michael before the legends trail off due to the persecution of paganism of anything other than what the Catholic Church promoted as canonical scripture, basically achieving what Sargon had set out to do so many thousands of years ago, which was to destroy all other texts and records of any other religion, and proclaim themselves, or their intangible image of God, as the one and only religion, and all else is false. View that the world has no choice but to accept as truth because there are no records proving otherwise. Anyways, moving forward, Hold on, I have to check on my scribes bringing me these references from the Akashic Library. Goddamn fanatics. I should shrink their brains. Now moving on. The legends then trail off with Michael and his whereabouts last seen in the suburbs of England in the rural district of what is today called Sussex. Here we find a tale of an old druid who claimed to be the last of his order, wandered into town one night, and entering a pub asking to board for the night as he was weary from travel. Then later that night there was a commotion in the streets that woke the nearby townsfolk, who claimed that the figure of the old druid was last seen struggling in the middle of the street with this blonde-haired woman as a giant swirling purple funnel opened up and swallowed them both, and has not been seen since. However, here recently in the past few years I noticed a report of a giant eagle being spotted off the coast of Florida, and a picture of this bird swooping down and plucking a marlin effortlessly out of the water. For those who don't know what a marlin is, it is a very large and very heavy fish, also known as a swordfish for the long spear-like nose on its face. This purple swirling cloud I've seen before with the witch that was defeated near Versailles, France, and also I've seen this purple swirling cloud in person when I was young, for that was who had sent the djinn to try and kill me that disintegrated it when it failed with a lightning bolt. So here is the Scooby-Doo mystery for you viewers out there, because I never had stopped to find out when it all happened. Who was the identity of the witch who was trying to kill that child in Versailles they are following just after Joan of Arc's execution? Whoever she is would be the one behind the disappearance of Odin and Zeus, and the attempt to kill me as well when I was a child. The one who sent that demon dog, Dover, or W as I found out later.
You may know the myths and legends of the great King Arthur, but what do you know of the hands that set those legends into motion? Are they those of a prophet, a demon, or perhaps just a remarkable man? Whichever he may be, the power he wields is not in question. The great wizard Merlin has woven his magics and cunning in service of great rulers, ushering victories in war and foretelling he who would come to rule all kings. Through a vision of clashing dragons, he foretold the son of Uther to be that great king. As the dragon comet blazed across the sky, Merlin took his place at Uther's side, naming him Pendragon, a name his son would make known to all the world. Standing against the marauding barbarian hordes from across the sea, Merlin remained steadfast at Uther's side, until he was claimed in battle. But even from grim ends can hope spring anew. For Uther's son now ascends to the throne, Merlin's many and mysterious works culminating in the rise of the greatest king of all time.
Morgan Le Fay. The dark enchantress of ill repute was not always so, her story maturing in the kingdom of Camelot. Under the tutelage of the wizard Merlin, she learned to hone in on her talents as a sorceress.
to injure more than my pride, Merlin.
Apologies.
Hello, old friends. We have so much to discuss. Foolish Arthur Pendragon. Do you still trust your demonic advisor? His wicked magic led to Camelot's fall. Camelot, Olympus, both will bend to my will.
King Arthur and Morgan Le Fay grew closer over their time together in Camelot, side by side in the war room, all while Queen Guinevere seethed at her king's attention being drawn to another. Guinevere's jealousy morphed into action by sowing discord between Morgan Le Fay, Merlin, and their king. Accused of treason and conspiracy by her trusted allies, Morgan Le Fay disavowed her allegiance to Camelot. She swore only to return when she was ready to take her throne.
Every season has its ending. The leaves fall from the trees. Once more, I descend to my husband's kingdom. The gods claim it is a place of shadows and sadness. But what do the gods know of death? What do they know of me? They never wondered why I ate the pomegranate seed. But I had my reasons. Heimdall, do you really think you can stop me?
That's why I'm here.
She's here.
was it you used to say to me?
All is fair in love and war. Now, let's see how you fare.